You found just the right home, but now you're thinking, how do we actually get this? Because this is the moment where things can start to feel a little intimidating. You're about to make an offer, start spending money, and step into a legally binding contract. And if you're not sure what to expect, people get nervous fast. Up to this point, everything's felt pretty safe. You're searching, planning, looking at homes. But now, you go from looking to making a decision. And most people don't know what to offer, what happens after they submit it, or how negotiations actually work. So let's break this down simply so that you feel comfortable before you make an offer. Step 1, are you ready to spend money? Before you make an offer, there's one pretty significant mindset shift, and that is you're no longer just browsing, you're about to start spending real money. There are things like a good faith deposit. In our area, we call that earnest money. There's option fees in other areas. Maybe there's a due diligence fee. And you're also going to be paying for an inspection. This is normal, but you want to be ready for it before you move forward. Making the offer. Now, making the offer is more than just price. It is also going to outline what additional things you might be willing to pay for and things that you need the seller to pay for. It can also include other terms of the contract. And it's going to outline the process that will be followed moving forward. When the seller receives your offer, they essentially have 3 basic options. They can accept it outright, they can reject it outright, or they can counter offer. And a counter offer can be one thing or multiple things. And essentially, this is negotiating. Step 3, negotiation. Now, some level of negotiation is normal, and it's not as complicated as it might sound. It might be as simple as the seller saying, I agree with everything you put in your offer, but there's 1 or 2 things that we'd like change, or there could be several things that they want change. It could be as simple as, we like your price, but we need this changed, or we want a little bit more in price if you can agree to that. Now, once you get the counter offer, you essentially have the same options. You can accept it, you can reject it, which would put your old offer back on the table because they could still sign that. Or 3, you could counter offer again or continue the negotiations. At some point, when you agree on all the items, congratulations, you're under contract. If this part has ever felt confusing, you're not alone. Drop a comment and let me know what part of making an offer do you still have questions about. By the way, I'm Jerry, and I help people walk through this process step by step so it's not near as overwhelming and they're ready for it. So now, instead of guessing, you know that some money is going to be expected once you make an offer pretty soon. You know what making an offer looks like, and you know how negotiations actually work. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through what happens after your offer gets accepted, deadlines, inspections, waiting, and what to expect on closing day. So go watch that video next, because this is where things start moving fast and you want to be ready for it.